walang kamatayang Psalm chapter 1, isa sa mga paboritong chapters in the whole Bible. Blessed is the one who does not walk in step with the wicked, or stand in the way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers, but whose delight is in the law of the Lord, and who meditates on his law day and night. That person is like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever they do prospers. Not so the wicked. They are like chaff that the wind blows away. Therefore the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the assembly of the righteous. For the Lord watches over the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked leads to destruction. Words pregnant with meaning, hitik na hitik, punong-puno ng mga karunungan, kaalaman, yan ang mga kagalingan pag nagbabasa ka ng mga sinaunang mga compositions, because it takes a lifetime para makaproduce ka ng mga latik ng karunungan. Napakaraming nyog na kailangang kudkurin, gatain at lutuin para makagawa ng konting latik. Ganyan din yung mga kasabihan ng matatanda, lalong-lalo itong wisdom books sa Bible. Isa-isahin natin at hanapan ng leksyon sa buhay natin itong Psalm chapter 1, bukod dun sa mga dati na nating nalaman at dating natanto. Psalm 1 verse 1. Blessed is the one who does not walk in step with the wicked, or stand in the way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers. So ang tinutukoy dito, the wicked, the so-called sinner, the mocker versus God, or God's moral law. Ang una siyempreng papasok sa ating isipan pagka merong wicked, sinner, or mocker, ang binibreak niya, God's moral law. Yung bang law of what is right or wrong. But remember, moral law is not always equated with religious law. Hindi lahat ng religious law correct. Hindi lahat ng religious law tama. Pero yung moral law ng Diyos, yung tama, tama, yung mali, mali. So, differentiate moral law from religious law. Yung moral law, yun yung universal law of God of what is good and what is bad. Samantala yung mga religions, all religions of the world, may mga sarili sila mga ginawang conventions of what is right and wrong. And most of those conventions are attuned to their values, to the needs of the times, even to their politics. So, ang gawin natin ngayong reading, that the wicked, the sinner, and the mocker is that who is against God's moral law and natural law. Ito isang extended reading and interpretation. Kasi magtataka yung iba, bakit po sumusunod naman ako sa God's moral law? I always do what is good, I prevent doing what is bad. Pero hindi pa rin yata ako blessed kasi may nawawala sa equation that God has two types of laws. One is the moral law, yung talagang covered by morality clauses of what is right and wrong. And then there is the natural law. Ibang-ibang province ito, ibang-ibang usapan. Kasi yung natural law, for instance, yung leon, kakainin niya yung usa, bad ba yun? Bad yun kung usa ka, pero kung leon ka, good yun, kasi yan ang talagang itinakdang pagkain nila. So, merong natural law, merong moral law. Merong mga taong, yes, good, na ibinibigay ko yung pagkain ko sa mga mahihirap, sa mga kapuspalad, pero pag hindi ko pinakain ng sarili ko, aandar din yung natural law na madedeprive ako, magiging undernourished ako, at pwedeng mauna pa ako mamatay kaysa doon sa mga taong maralita na pinapakain ko. So, dapat sinusunod mo yung moral law at yung natural law. That being settled, we can proceed. Napakahalaga na ating isipin na ang pagpapakilala ng Diyos yung sa kanyang moral law, which is encoded in religious scriptures. Kaya lang nga, many different religious scriptures also differ in what is right and what is wrong. So, meron pang isang magandang pagkakakilala sa Diyos, and that is through natural law. Dahil definitely, kung ang mga religious laws ay pwedeng pakialaman ng tao, pwede nilang i-edit o pwede nilang i-slant sa kanilang mga biases, nobody can slant natural law. Talagang God ang may gawa niyan at walang pwedeng makialam. Therefore, it is a pure image of God. Romans 1:20, for since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, His eternal power and divine nature had been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that people are without excuse. So sinasabi, lalong malinaw ang pagpapakilala ng Diyos sa kanyang puso, sa kanyang isip, sa kanyang pagiging Diyos sa pamamagitan ng mga nilikha niya, natural creation. Therefore, God could be known through natural law. At kung i-apply natin ito sa Psalm chapter 1, verse 1, blessed is the one who does not break, blessed is the one who respects and obeys God's universal and moral law and natural law. Psalm 1:2, but whose delight is in the law of the Lord, and who meditates on His law day and night. Blessedness daw na ikatuwa mo, ipagdiwang mo, ipagbunyi mo ang law of the Lord. Yung moral law. Na kung yung tama sa Diyos, agree ka rin, tamang-tama sa'yo. Yung ayaw ng Diyos, ayaw mo rin, blessed ka. Kesa nakikipagtunggali ka na yung ayaw ng Diyos ang gusto mo, at yung gusto ng Diyos ayaw mo, paano ka mabe-bless nun? So yung moral law, mahalaga, agree ka dyan, pero dinagdagan nga natin yan ng isang angle ng natural law. Blessed ka kung nagde-delight ka rin, nagbubunyi, natutuwa at sumusunod sa natural law. Meaning, para ka umani, magtanim ka. Para ka matulog ng mahimbing, linisin mo ang iyong konsyensya. Para ka lumusog, kumain ka ng tama, magpahinga ka. Sinusunod mo rin ang natural law. Blessed ka nun. Kasi maraming tao, they struggle to really, and they strive very hard to obey God's moral law. At doon, pasado sila. Pero they fail sa pag-respect sa God's natural law. Kaya nagkakasakit pa rin sila, nalulugi pa rin sa negosyo, nasusunugan, kung ano na nangyayari, kasi meron pang natural law. Hindi mo nang pwedeng i-override yung natural law by just obeying the moral law. Kailangan sabay. Ang pag-override mo sa natural law, miracle yon. At hindi law yung miracle. Siya ay exception, hindi siya yung rule. Now, blessed is the one who meditates on and think deeply about. Blessed is the one who delight on and agree with and celebrate God's moral and natural law. Hindi sapat maging relihiyoso, kailangan din practical. Hindi sapat na napakataas ng grade mo sa morality, tas bagsak ka sa physical sciences. Kasi magkakaroon din yan ng repercussion sa iyong buhay, makaka-apekto sa iyong blessedness. Psalm 1:3, that person is like a tree planted by streams of water. Yun daw taong nagre-respect sa God's moral and natural law, which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever they do, prospers. Pagka sumusunod ka sa God's moral law of what is right and wrong, what is good and bad, ino-observe mo yan. At pagkatapos sumusunod ka sa natural law, nagtatanim ka sa tamang panahon, ginagawa mo yung dapat, iniingatan mo yung sarili mo na hindi ka mahulog dahil may law of gravity, yan, para ka daw punong nakatanim sa tabi ng batis. Ano man ang mangyari, nakasawsawang yung ugat sa tubig, napapainom ang halaman, mamumunga, laging sariwa mga dahon, at ito ang blessedness. Huwag kang lalayo sa streams of water. Yung streams of water na yon, moral water and physical water. Yung natural water and spiritual water. Pareho mo dapat magkasabay na ino-observe ang mga bagay na yan para patuloy tayong maging blessed. People who understand, appreciate, obey, and enjoy obeying God's moral and natural laws become and remain prosperous. Psalm 1 verse 4, not so the wicked. They are like chaff that the wind blows away. So sino yung wicked dito? Yung disobedient to God's moral law, at idagdag natin, those who are disobedient to God's natural law. It's a form of wickedness to disobey natural law because God is also the author of moral and natural law. Pareho walang dapat yan iginagalang. So pagka the wicked ka, para kang para kang balat ng palay na walang laman, magaan, nililipad-lipad ng hangin kahit saan na lang dalhin. Walang direksyon, walang bigat, walang timbang, walang halaga. The wicked have no roots or anchor or stability. The wicked have no directed growth to fruitfulness, and they have no sure path to prosperity. And remember, this is not only the wicked in moral terms, but also the wicked in terms of not obeying, not respecting natural law. Hindi sapat na relihiyoso ka, hindi sapat na spiritual na moral ka, kailangan din nakasubmit ka to physical laws, to the natural law of creation. Psalm 1, 5-6. Therefore the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the assembly of the righteous. For the Lord watches over the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked leads to destruction. Non-adherence, disobedience to God's moral and natural laws have automatic consequences. At yan ang dagdag na angle sa pag-aaral natin ngayon ng Psalm chapter 1, na hindi lang yung sa moral, kundi sa natural and physical din, sa pagsunod sa mga batas ng Diyos, nandun ang blessedness. Galatians 6:7, if you think you can fool God, you're only fooling yourselves. You will harvest what you plant. And apply this spiritually, apply this physically, practically. Kailangan, kung ano yung gusto mong anihin, yun ang itatanim. Ano gusto mong umani ng peace of mind? Anong itatanim mo sa iyong brain, sa iyong utak? Eh di peaceful thoughts. Kailangan naman magkaroon ka ng peaceful sleep. Ang itinanim mo dyan, puro bad news, lalo fake news, lalo yung mga hysterically bad news. Paano ka magkaka-peace? Gusto mo ng peace in the Lord. Nangako na nga siya na, I will never leave you, I will never forsake you, I will always take care of you. Tapos ang lagi mong iniisip, mga nakaka-torture na idea ng mga end times, na according to Matthew 24, tapos na nga. Pero gusto mo pang hindi pa tapos, gusto mo mangyayari pa lang, ninenervyos ka tuloy. So ang bunga ay gulo kasi ang tanim ay gulo. Both physical and spiritual pagtatanim ang pinag-uusapan natin. Yung ang gusto mo, ang ani mo, masagana ka, marami kang savings, kaya anong tanim mo? Nagtanim ka ba ng pagsisikap? Nagtanim ka ba ng sipag? Nagtanim ka talaga ng diskarte? Nagtanim ka ng pagtitipon, pag-iimpok? O ano tinanim mo? Kung itinanim mo kasi katamaran, ang itinanim mo paggastos sa walang habas, ang itinanim mo wala kang ginagawang paghahanda, siyempre ang aanihin mo yun din. O anong itinatanim mo emotionally sa iyong puso? Pag-ibig sa kapwa. O di ang aanihin mo rin pag-ibig. Kung hindi ka man ibigin ng taong exactly na inibig mo, may ibang iibig sa iyo. Kasi ang itinanim, aanihin. Pero kung wala ka namang itinatanim, tapos aasahan mo, aani ka nun. Paano mangyayari yon? That's why blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the wicked. At yung wickedness na yon, kahit spiritual, kahit scientific, merong scientific wickedness yung hindi mo nire-respect ang law of science, hindi ka kumakain ng tama, hindi ka natutulog ng husto, tapos gusto mo malusog ka. He cannot be blessed that way. You have to do it spiritually and physically, naturally and spiritually, sabay. For survival, growth, and fruitfulness, know God's universal moral law as taught by Jesus and as taught by others, but filtered through Jesus and affirmed by Jesus. Ano bang tama? Anong mali? Siyempre, Jesus is Lord of Lords. By Him, everything should be measured. He is in the center of everything. He is the one who holds everything together. So, isipin mo, ano ang mali at tama? Yung sabi ni Jesus. Kasi siya ang Lord of Lords. Siya ang nabuhay na muli. Siya ang ating Savior. Pag may sinasabi ang ibang religious persons, pag may sinasabi ang ibang chapters, verses, na kontra sa sinasabi ni Jesus, dapat hindi ka malito kung kanino ka dapat sumunod. Ngayon, yung marami namang mga ibang teachers, ibang verses, ibang chapters, ibang books, may mga katuroan din kung anong tama, sundin. Basta pumapasa sa Jesus filter. Basta nag-a-agree sa katuroan ni Jesus. Pag may disagreement, dapat alam mo kung kanino ka loyal, kay Jesus. Siya naman ang namatay para sa atin. Siya naman ang nabuhay na muli. Siya naman ngayon ang ating eternal friend and Savior. So, kanino ka dapat maging loyal? Wala dapat confusion. Marami rin naman mga teachings kahit ng mga ibang religions na pag pinadaan mo kay Jesus pasado, o di pwedeng i-apply. kasi dadaan sa Jesus filter. Pero marami rin ang mga Christian church teachings, pag pinadaan mo talaga kay Jesus, maraming hindi papasa. Kasi malupit, kasi unkind, unloving. So, si Jesus pa rin ang dapat nating sundin kung gusto nating talagang mabless. Know and obey God's natural law as well. Huwag natin pagkontrahin yung God's spiritual laws at saka yung God's natural laws. Kasi God lang ang parehong author niyan. Siya lang mag-isa, wala nang iba, so kailangan nating sundin pareho. Keep space for occasional time and chance din naman. Hindi naman laging natural law na pag may ginawa kayo ng bunga, kung minsan ginawa mo, tapos na iba yung bunga o hindi na bunga, sabi yan sa Ecclesiastes 9:11-13, time and chance. Meron daw talagang kung minsan ay dinadat na ng alat sa buhay. I saw other things in this life that were not fair. The fastest runner does not always win the race. The strongest soldier does not always win the battle. Wise people don't always get the food. Smart people don't always get the wealth. Educated people don't always get the praise they deserve. When the time comes, bad things can happen to anyone. Sabi ng ibang verses, time and chance happens to all. At sabi ng iba pang mas direct na verses, sometimes people go through bad luck. Or bad luck can happen sometimes. So generally, know, appreciate, obey God's will expressed in Jesus-filtered moral law and natural law. Idinidiin natin yung Jesus-filtered kasi hindi lahat ng moral and religious laws pasado kay Jesus. Merong mga expired na dahil dumating na si Jesus. So huwag na ipagpilitan yon. Meron naman mga luma pero pasado pa rin, loving pa rin, kind ng application, tuloy dapat yon. But remember, ito ang source ng kabiguan, ng frustration ng maraming relihiyoso. They are very religious. They are very fastidious and strict in obeying moral laws, pero pinapabayaan nila ang pagsunod sa natural law. Hindi nila ginagawa yung practical. Hindi ginagawa yung dapat na hinihingi ng kalikasan. So, natatalo sila in that aspect. Kahit anong dasal ang gawin mo para ka pumasa sa isang exam, kung hindi mo ginawa yung natural law, hindi mo sinunod na nag-aral ka, tapos tinandaan mo talaga yung pinag-aralan mo, tapos hindi ka nagpahinga before the exam, kaya yung katawan mo wala sa kondisyon, kahit magdasal ka na magdasal, hindi yun automatic na papasa ka. Ngayon, kung pumasa ka dahil sa dasal, miracle. Pero ba't ka naman aasa sa miracle? Bihira mangyari yon, tsaka hindi mo alam kung kailan yun magte-take effect. So, gawin mo yung mas madali, yung mas natural, yung mas under your control, obey natural law. You want to be blessed? Be morally upright. And also be upright in terms of respecting natural law. Be planted where it is practical that you would, and that you could expect that you would bear fruits. Hindi itatanim mo ang sarili mo sa isang very barren land, tapos dasal ka ng dasal na maging fruitful ka. Pwede mangyari yan, pero miracle nga yun. And don't always expect